Here we go, fight fans. It's Steve Jewin from MMA Mania, and I just got done recapping Bellator 131. And in the main event, Tito Ortiz got his second win in a row for the first time in years, and he beat Stephan Bonnar by split decision. This was kind of weird because two judges saw it 30-27 for Ortiz, which I actually agree with, and one judge saw it 29-28 for Bonnar. Not quite sure how. Ortiz was damaging Bonnar repeatedly throughout the fight. He was swollen, cut up, bloody, bruised. He even admitted in the post-fight interview that he thought getting two eyes cut up would be a lot more fun than it actually was, but it kind of sucked. Ortiz sealed each of the first two rounds with a late takedown, and by the third it was pretty much academic because Bonnar was so exhausted he couldn't even keep his hands up anymore. So a little bit of the Tito of old, as he had the better cardio in this fight, although I don't know how either of them would fare against a much better light heavyweight who's a lot younger and faster, because they both looked really slow out there. Brooks fight, that went 4 rounds, but I still call it decisive because of the fact that Brooks was winning every single one of those rounds. Then in the 4th round, as Chandler was attempting a throw and not quite getting it, Brooks caught him with a right hand to the temple as he was getting back up, and Chandler just suddenly lost his desire to be there. He blinked. He didn't know where he was. He waved his hands and said, "Nope, stop, stop." Brooks didn't understand and kept coming forward and throwing punches. And finally, Jason Herzog got in there and stopped it. But the end result, especially when you watched it on slow motion, is that he was just dazed and confused. He didn't know where he was. He didn't know what he was doing. So it was a good stoppage. And Brooks now is the undisputed lightweight champion of Bellator. No interim, no ifs, ands, or buts. 348 of the 4th round by TKO. He is your winner. And in probably the biggest shocker of the night, Joe Schilling beat Melvin Manhoef. I know, I've said it before about Manhoef. He gasses out if it goes into the late rounds, but I'm not even sure this is a gasser. It's just, in the 2nd round, he just caught a bad shot. He was trying to trade with Joe Schilling, and Joe Schilling landed a perfect right hand and then landed a left as he was dropping, and it didn't even matter because Manhoef was already going down. It was academic, but if he wasn't, that left hand would have finished it for sure. So 32 seconds of round 2 by knockout. Joe Schilling beats Melvin Manhoef. Then Mike Richman made quick work of Phan. 46 seconds of the 1st round via TKO, and that was all she wrote. It was lopsided. Phan just, I don't know. Neither one of these guys really looked that great. I mean, they were coming in at 143 at a catchweight fight, but Richman definitely looked the better of the two. And the opener was King Mo versus Joe Vedepo, and Vedepo was never in this. Lawal took him down at will, was busting him up on the ground. I mean, Vedepo was a complete mess by the end of the 2nd round. It looked like he wasn't going to be able to see out of either eye. And about 39 seconds into the 3rd round, it was academic anyway because Vedepo was just eating unanswered shots and the referee stepped in to save him. So King Mo, a pretty classy move actually after the fight. He went to check on Vedepo, made sure he was okay, and then he did his post-fight celebration where he got on his back and did a crawl stroke like he was swimming around in a pool. That's an interesting way to celebrate. Guess it beats Tito Ortiz always digging a ditch and throwing the body in it, so I'll give him that. Prelim card had some interesting results. AJ Matthews defeated Kyle Bolt, knockout at 139 of the 1st round, or technical knockout if you prefer. Jonathan Santa Maria and Ron Henderson. Most people, including Jimmy Smith, thought that Henderson probably got this fight, but the hometown favorite Santa Maria actually picked up a split decision, and these scores are just straight up weird. 29-28, 28-29, 30-27. It's like every judge watched a completely different fight. Jordan Bailey defeated Alex Higley, rear naked choke, 3:27 of the 1st round. Nick Garcia got a guillotine choke 56 seconds of the 2nd round over Matthew Ramirez. Andy, the Toothberry Murad, picked up a very strange split decision over Bubba Pugh. Again, most people would say that Pugh won the fight, including Jimmy Smith, but it was 29-28 times 2 for Murad and 28-29. In a featherweight battle, Rolando Perez and Mark Villegas went to a split draw. Joao Faria defeated Ian Butler with a head and arm choke submission at 1:58 of the third round.